Right guys, we've not done a lot today because we've had other plans on, but everything is now insulated. So put the catch down. That sheet was just to stop all the polystyrene from going inside the filter, but the insulation is now in the roof. That's all stuck on, and the doors all done. All I need to do now is get the lock on, and then the actual shell of this is all complete. And then after that, like I said, plumbing can be done as soon as my uncle's been and sorted out the electrics with the double socket and my light. And then we'll be getting plumbed in, we'll be rocking and rolling. Cannot bloody wait. I wanted to wait till the autumn anyway. I didn't want to do this in the summer. Gives a chance for the pond to start dying down in terms of like autumn winter stage. But yeah, it's been a long time coming, a lot of hard work. All I've done with this insulation, just used no more nails, so it's just glued to the back, and that's stuck on really well. So yeah, I'm really chuffed, to be honest. I might even just get some plywood down here, then I can put hook my nets up, and my hook I use to scoop my pump out with in the pond. But nice when this light's on. But yeah, it's going to be nice and cozy in here. Obviously this wouldn't freeze anyway, just because it's moving water all the time, but at least it helps take the chill off a bit during the winter. Like I say, it's going to be holding a lot of water, so. But yeah, now I'm going to be chuffed to bits. I'm just debating how to get some guttering under here, because when the water runs off, if you're stood here, bloody hell, you do get pissed on a bit. Though it doesn't run down the door saying that, because it just come off here and straight down, but I think some guttering might help it out a little bit. I've still got to paint the breeze blocks at the bottom as well, and I think I'm going to put another slab in here because we've got some which are just under the kids' trampoline down there. I think another slab can go here, so when you are stood there it's a bit drier on your feet. So yeah, chuffed to bits. There's still some touching up with the felt around the pergola post, which is just about there still to do. But I cannot wait to get this bad boy up and running. And it's good that you guys are coming along the journey with me. Air pump needs to go in. Like I said, I can't get that wired up yet because that's going to go, both air pumps are going to run off that. If you're not caught it, the reason I'm doing that is because if anything happens to that and everything trips and they all get turned off, at least I've still got air being pumped into the pond. That's the reason I'm doing the air pumps on a double socket, because they're on a separate fuse in the consumer unit in the shed. I do have one spare switch in there though, so I could wire my UV up, and then when the air pump has come out of that to be plugged into there, the pump that's going to run the Nexus, that can then be wired up into that. It's all coming together. It's that time of year now, guys. The wheat germ is out. I'm still putting a few of the staple food in, but these are only small pellets. These are for the 2 little fish, well 3 little fish I've got in there. So gradually increasing the wheat germ. To be fair, I'm really cutting down the feeds. I've probably given them a bit too much actually in there, because they won't eat all that, and I do end up netting a few pellets out at the end of the day, to be honest. The feeds are really cutting down now, the temperature's really dropping. I mean, temperature wise, without dropping my phone into the pond, what are we on? It's still 15 degrees, can't really see on there, but it is 15 degrees, not really focusing that well. But today has been really warm. Currently it's the 10th of October, you're probably watching this in the middle of December, but you know. Yeah, it's been really warm today. Like I said, the pond water is still saying 15 degrees. Outside temperature 15 degrees as well. Again, it's not really focusing because of the lights. There we go. So, but yeah, the feeds are really starting to cut down. Normally when the clocks go back at the end of this month, that's when I'll start really going to once a day feeds. I'll just give them a bit of wheat germ in the morning, and even then it could be scarce, it might not be every day. because the seasons are shifting a bit, to be fair, it can get quite mild around November and December time, and sometimes I can feed my fish right up until Christmas. Then the temperature really drops, and January, February is the 2 months where they probably won't get fed at all because they are quite dormant and they will line the bottom of the pond. Love this fish, one of my favourites. So yeah, but any food that doesn't get eat, just you've got to keep an eye on it now, guys. Any food that doesn't get eaten, just keep netting out, because that won't help with the water parameters. As you can see, they're not really coming up for this at all, and it's been quite warm today. If I move away, they might start coming up a bit. They get a bit skittish sometimes. Back in the filter house this time. Today's job, I need to connect the waste pipe. So what I'm planning to do, the waste pipe which comes from there, so it will come out of there, run that way, run down the side, and it will actually come out the back. And behind there is my drain pipe off the shed. I don't know how I'm going to get behind there, because I think I've got to get in next door's garden to do it. She won't mind. Problem is, I might have to try and jump over there somewhere. Anyway, I'll work all that out, even if I have to lift the fence panel up. Although, watch this, watch this. It's a jungle in there. Anyway, so yeah, that's my plan. So at least all that can be connected. I'm still waiting for my uncle to come round and do the electrics. If it doesn't come round soon, I might just do it myself. It's not that hard, is it? It's what I come on YouTube for, right? So yeah, so anyway, waste pipe. So your normal plastic waste pipe is going to run up at the back there. So that's my plan. I've also got to get the lock on the door, because I've still not got a lock on this door yet. I don't want anyone coming in and nicking me air pumps or anything like that, or ripping the UV off the wall and stuff. So yeah, I think today's job, get this on, get the waste pipe connected. I might start cutting the pipe work, because I can always, because that's going to be hose tailed on anyway from the UV to the inlet, so I can always disconnect that when it comes to do the electrics. So I might get all that done this morning. We're out later on, so I need to get as much done as possible. Today is 11 o'clock at the minute, and I've got till about 3. Right, okay, got the pipe work. Let's get a saw, tape measures in there, and then work out how I'm going to get over there and connect it to the drain pipe. Let's go. Right, so what I managed to get in is some of the waste pipe. I've just realised though, I can't get my hand in to show you, but I do need to sort of drop it slightly, because it's not really, when it comes out of here, it's not going to go down. That's more or less straight. In fact, it looks further up, so I'm going to bring that down. So that's cut. That does come out the other side, which I'll show you. And then I've got the pipe, which just needs cutting. I've got the elbows, I've got the T-piece for that. I've got a bit of pipe to come out of there, and that can join up to that. I'm not going to glue anything in, because I need to trial it all once it's all plumbed in, and plus, like I said, my uncle's still got to come in and do the electrics. So yeah, I'll just show you where it comes out. Here's the pipe. So I've got the elbow, so that's going to come out of there, which will go into there. That doesn't need to be that big, so that can be cut, because then that's what we'll join in. So no, that will join in, you can just see, into that one. And that's a small one which comes out of the outer chamber, and then it will downsize, because obviously that's going to fit on the end of that size, and it will go to the size of the white waste pipe when it comes out the other side. I think I know what I'm doing. Not a plumber, but I'm sure it'll work. So this is the back of my garage. Rather than go all the way down, if I zoom in, so that's the down pipe from the gutter in, and there, just where my finger is, that's where the pipe comes out. So the water will just come into this channel, so it'll come out of the pipe there, which goes more or less right behind the black drain pipe, and the water then can just come into this channel, which is behind the shed and next door's garden. So obviously, just like the rainwater does down the drain pipe, it will just come down here. I ain't gonna lie though, guys, to be fair, this filter house has took longer than I thought it would. Obviously, when you're working Monday to Friday and you only have a few hours at the weekend, plus, you know, I've had to do stuff with the kids at the same time, it's definitely took longer than expected. It's now middle of October and I thought it would all be raring to go. But like I said, my uncle, who I found out now is actually going to come tomorrow and finish off my electrics so I can get the double socket sorted, because then I can get my air pumps in, which will free up the switch box. And then finally, so after tomorrow, we can finally get all this plumbed in. Hence why I want to get this waste pipe all done, raring to go. Right, so we're in. Waste pipe is connected. The only thing I think I've got to do, if you just see where my finger is, the pipe between the elbow and the T-piece just needs trimming slightly, because as you can see, it's forcing it that way. But I've put the water down, comes out the waste, we've checked the other side, and it runs down the channel of the side of my shed. So we know height-wise, that is great. The only thing is now I'm thinking, and this is why I've just put all the pipes in, because, well, first of all I have got to trim that to come down level with that, because that is my outlet, which obviously needs to go that way. So it ideally needs to go further that way, which will come out roughly here and then onto the water. But what I'm thinking now is I ain't never going to be able to get down there because of that. So if I need to get to them, not to switch them off because I could reach, I can just stand on the table, but if I need to do any more wiring, I ain't going to be able to. So what I'm thinking now, let's get another bit of ply, put it there, and move my electrics to there. But to do that, the armoured cable which comes out the switch box goes down, out, and back up the other side before it goes into the shed where the consumer unit is. So I do need to take that out, and it needs to come in from the top, so I can then just come straight across. Right, so my armoured cable now doesn't come from down there. I am going to block that all up. Now it comes through there, switch box is back on, lights are on, pond's running. I've moved the double socket from there as well, so that's going to go to there. But I think that's a lot easier than when that pipe's there. If you ever need to get down there, that's too tight. At least it's now further this way. I could have gone further this way, but obviously it's got to sit on some ply, and I've got nothing there to attach the ply to. That's why I've left them there, but I think I should have plenty of room there, to be honest with you. I don't know now. I don't know now, because it probably would be even better there, wouldn't it? If you ever need to get to the no, because unless I do keep one there, because of the air pump, you don't get a lot of cable on an air pump. As you can see, that one that's there, I know it's going to be plugging into that, you don't really get a lot. I could just leave that there and then just move the switch box for there. Oh, I don't know. I've probably already done it by the time this video goes up, but comment what you do. Right, so that looks a lot neater now. Obviously that is not going to be staying there anyway, because that's going to be wired up to that. I'm just hoping that the pipe for the Nexus will reach the air pump that's going on there just, I think, won't it? So that should be alright as well. And the cable should reach across there, but I can extend it if not. I'll just come around the back, I don't know yet. Yeah, that's a lot easier, it's a lot neater. So on the next job, I think I'm just going to get the locks. I've still not got a lock on the door yet. And then I could take the air pump, because the air pump's in that box at the minute, my first air pump that's got the air stones on it. But I suppose I may as well do that when I come to unwire it to put the plug on to go in there. I'll just take it out then, can't I? But if I want to sit me of one on and make sure that fits and then leave it in here, I best get a lock on the door. So that's the next job. I've already put on that part. Right, I want to quickly show you, although I didn't get time to clean that out today before it gets too dark. So my lock is on, it's in place, the other side is on. I've had to put a bit of wood in there, I think it just needs a bit of paint on, just because of the slack between the, you know, in the gap in the lock, and you could shape the door a bit. So now that stops. I can't touch too much because I've repainted a few things. And I've just got to, you're not going to be able to see that, but there is, like, I can just turn it, I think there you go, and that will stop the top of the door from shaking, especially when it's windy. So I'm pretty chuffed with that. Bit of progress today. So I'll come back tomorrow and I'll show you once all the electrics is in place, because once that's wired in and the light is wired in, and then I can sort my air pumps out into there. So the EA air pump, which is going to run the Nexus, is going to go up there. That's the one that runs the pond. And then I can start sorting out my outlets, temporary do it, and then I'll glue it in. That's the plan. I've got a week off work now, guys, so I should get quite a lot done as well. So we'll come back tomorrow. Okay.